स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Today we are entering into new chapter 15, Last Visit to Keshav. Last Visit to Keshav. Wednesday, November 28th, 1883. Wednesday, November 28th, 1883. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, M was pacing the footpath of the circular road in front of the Lily cottage, where Keshav Chandra Sen lived. He was eagerly awaiting the arrival of Sri Ramakrishna. Keshav's illness had taken a serious turn, and there was very little chance of his recovery. Since the master loved Keshav dearly, he was coming from Dakshineshwar to pay him a visit. The Lord is so compassionate. Anybody who is on the path to God, he is directly or indirectly influencing the world. He is creating an atmosphere within himself and around himself that influences others, knowingly or unknowingly. Vinayakananda says, if a sage who is an ordinary person before enlightenment enters into a cave and calling on God there spends his life, and after enlightenment dies there unknown to the world. His enlightenment is not known. His entering into cave is not known. His death is not known. But the effects of his enlightenment pervades all around and stands there as an ideal in the hearts of many. All jivas, all lives get some awareness, knowingly or unknowingly, like somebody shouting and many hear except the deaf ones. As far as it can reach, it reaches its influence. Now I shout on the top of my voice, it reaches certain range. Still bigger if I can shout, still the range is extended. Like that, a realized soul, his vibrations, Vinayakananda says, breaks through the cave and spreads around. Some who is on the verge of awakening gets the vibrations. His life gets transformed. Others, as much as they are closer to the divine, they receive the grace. So, like that, this Sri Ramakrishna is loving these people like Keshav, not only because they are going to realize God or enlightened souls, but their life influences the world. A person living a holy life itself is an offering to the human society. Every person who has lived a good life of sacrifice and divine love, he has offered his Pushpanjali to the world and to humanity, has given something and good. It is a collective thing. Humanity is a collective thing. Each person does something good is a credit, a merit to the whole humanity. Similarly, something bad being done, it's a demerit to the human society. So this realization of God, the walking on the path to the eternal peace and eternal freedom, is a person living itself is an offering to the society. So Sri Ramakrishna is loving them. Oh, you are the salt of the earth. You have lifted the society by your life. So Sri Ramakrishna has gone there, both his own devotion to God. God is responding. His contribution to the society also being recognized and honored. And the blessing extends to the all people. On the east side of the circular road was Victoria College, where ladies of Keshav's Brahmo Samaj and their daughters received their education. To the north of the college was a spacious garden house inhabited by English family. Yam noticed that there was a commotion in the house and wondered what was going on. Presently, a hearse arrived with the drivers dressed in black, and the members of the household appeared, looking very sad. There had been a death in the family. Whither does the soul go, leaving behind the mortal body? Pondered the age-old question. Yem waited, watching the carriages that came from the north. About 5 o'clock, the carriage stopped in front of the lily cottage, and Sri Ramakrishna got out with Latu and several other devotees, including Rakhal. He was received by Keshav's relatives, who led him and the devotees upstairs to the veranda of the south of the drawing room. Master seated himself on a couch. After a long wait, he became impatient to see Keshav. Keshav's disciple said that he was resting and would be there presently. See, the earlier paragraph, on the east side of the circular road through which Master has to pass was the Victoria College, where the Keshav's, ladies of the Keshav's Samaj, Keshav's Brahmo Samaj, where the ladies of the Keshav's Brahmo Samaj and their daughters received their education. To the north of the college was a spacious garden house inhabited by English family. North of the college, it is not connected with Keshav's this one, but near the college. They are traveling in a carriage and seeing these things. Yam noticed that there was a commotion in the house and wondered what was going on. Presently, a hearse arrived with the drivers dressed in black, and the members of the household appeared, looking very sad. There had been a death in the family. In that family, they are passing through and seeing this, getting this view. Whither does the soul go, leaving behind this mortal body? Pondering the age-old question. Death has been always a mystery to mankind. Everyone, in spite of all scriptures telling in various ways, death is not the end, but it continues. But what we see is death is a mystery. Till then he is alive and with all activities, this, that, and it suddenly ends. The body is there. The soul has left. Where does is there a soul at all? Does it go leaving the body? This question, age-old question, has not been answered. But an inkling of this answer we get when we look at our sleeping. Total disconnection from body. The body is lying there. I am no more there in the body. I enter a dimension within. I don't even know there is a body and waking state that is equal to death. As much as death, I am not there. I don't have a body at all when I sleep. This shows the separation from body need not end the existence of the soul. I am continuing in dream world, and dream also ends. I am separating from the mind also and entering deep sleep. Still I have my existence independent of body. I don't even know body is there. No, I don't even know mind I have. All these layers that are covering me I am leaving and shrinking inside to the core of my existence. Now temporary separation is sleep, permanent separation is death. What part separates from the body? Separates forever. Now here we get an inkling that, oh, I have an existence after death too. Who am I? Can I have the self-knowledge before the body falls off and happily, joyfully leave the body, like leaving a house and going to a new house? Can I shift? That is Atma Jnana. The ancient people, Indian people, went to the transcendent realms beyond the bodily limits, beyond the nature external, to reach the ultimate beyond. Who am I? What is this world? What is beyond? Whither does the soul go, leaving behind the mortal body? Pondering the age-old question, am waited, watching the carriage that came from the north. About 5 o'clock, a carriage stopped in front of the Lily cottage and Sri Ramakrishna got out with Latu and several other devotees, including Rakhal. He was received by Keshav's relatives who led him and the devotees upstairs to the veranda south of the drawing room. Master seated himself on a couch. After a long wait, he became impatient to see Keshav. He has come mainly to see Keshav. He has heard he is not well. He is now feeling, oh, I have come, where is he, where is he? How the soul of the God longs to see his devotee, you see. Keshav's disciple said that he was resting and would be there presently. Sri Ramakrishna became more and more impatient and said to Keshav's disciples, look here, what need is there for his coming to me? Why can't I go in and see him? Prasanna humbly, sir, he will be in a few minutes. Master, go away. It is you who are making all this fuss. Let me go. Prasanna began to talk about Keshav in order to divert the master's attention. He said, Keshav is now an altogether different person, like you, sir. He talks to the Divine Mother. He hears what Mother says and laughs and cries. When he was told that Keshav talked to Divine Mother and laughed and cried, the master became ecstatic. Presently he went into Samadhi. It was winter. This one thing we see in Sri Ramakrishna is Muhur Muhu. Time and again, any slightest suggestion is sufficient to take him to the beyond. He has left this world, left this body, and stretched himself into the transcendental, into the eternal. It was winter, and the master was wearing a green flanned coat with a shawl thrown over it. This coat is still there in Belur Math. They must have kept in the exhibition now presently in front of the Belur Math. There is at the entrance almost, there is a display of these things, an exhibition like, or a museum like. In that museum we find all these things. That green coat is still there. Green flannelled coat with a shawl thrown over it. He sat straight, his eyes fixed, deep in ecstasy. A long time passed in this way. There was no indication of his returning to the normal planes of consciousness. Gradually it became dark. Lamps were lighted in the drawing room, where the master was now to go. While he was slowly coming down to the plane of ordinary consciousness, he was taken there, though with great difficulty. When to coming down to the normal state of consciousness is equally difficult, because he is there in a realm where God is present and he is in the ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara, experiencing the Ananda of the God. To dissociate from that, it becomes long term. He has to bring down the mind to the normal plane. It is like I am waking up from deep sleep. Even after you can see people getting up in the morning, their alarm rings, and then they wake up a small this one. They don't want to come out. They are not able to come out. They snoozed away down the clock and again enter into sleep. The pull inside is so powerful. And what could be that pull? If sleep itself is like this, what could be the Samadhi Sthiti? Here, absence of this world is making him not to come out. The positive is there. He is directly experiencing the Ananda Sagara. So, how difficult it would be, and he has to be let down with great difficulty. The room was well furnished. At the sight of the furniture, Master muttered to himself, these things were necessary before, but of what use are they now? Seeing Rakal, he said, "Oh, hello, are you there?" Then seated himself on a couch. He again lost consciousness of the external world, and looking around, as if seeing someone, he said, "Hello, Mother. I see that you too have come. How you are showing off in your Banaras sari. Don't bother me now, please. Sit down and be quiet." He's telling to Mother. He's getting a vision. He has come for a different purpose. As if the vision of Mother there is an obstruction to his purpose for which he has come. He's asking mother to sit quietly somewhere. What intimacy, what love, what clarity, how they are interwoven. God and devotees, how much interwoven, and they cannot part from each other. And at all times, you see, in waking state with open eyes, if he is able to see and mutter, imagine the grace that God would give to a normal being if if he belongs to God and God has belonged to. But man doesn't have patience. He is not ready to leave small momentary pleasures of this world to acquire that huge, unimaginable, valuable relationship with God, eternal, ocean of bliss. Here, drops of pleasure. There it's ocean of bliss. The term pleasure always moves with suffering and bondage. Any pleasure, but ananda, bliss, doesn't have a companion or a opposing force which is moves with it. Room, Brahmo devotees sat around the master. Master was in a state of intense divine intoxication, and well-lighted room. In the well-lighted room, the Brahmo devotees sat around the master. Latu Ramlal M remained near him. He was saying to himself, still filled with divine fervor, the body and the soul. The body was born, it will die. But the soul, there is no death. It is like the beetle nut. When the nut is ripe, it does not stick to the shell like coconut. But when it is green, it is difficult to separate it from the shell. After realizing God, one does not identify oneself anymore with the body. Then one knows that body and soul are two different things. Sri Ramakrishna is speaking about Keshav Chandra, his experiences. He lived, he came, but gloriously he lived, taught to people so many things. He wanted to bring transformation in Hinduism, strived, and now he has to go. Anybody, however great a person be, whatever be his status, whatever he has done and gone, and they have to part. The sages of ancient time, how they till the last moment, how they struggled and strived to tell mankind they want to live as much as possible. Give their life to the last breath, they strive. I saw in the mutt also Tapasyananji Maharaj, Vireshwarananji Maharaj, all these great souls, till the last breath they are working for the welfare of the world. Extreme old age, the body cannot move. It is fully overpowered with diseases and problems. The body is taking its course, but the soul is longing for the welfare of others. How these sages of ancient time, how much the small things they have left and gone, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the so many scriptures, the Agamas, Nigamas and all, how much they strived, and they small things they have left behind, the treasures within themselves, unable to express. Words cannot reveal the truth by any means, but it is a constant indicator. My child, go this way you will get it. It is there, the treasure is there. That voice continues to talk all the time. They might have gone, but their voice remains. Now you see, he is going, Master is explaining that there is a difference between the soul and the body. Body is born, it has to die. The cycle continues. It is unending, but you see, the soul continues its journey. At this moment, Keshav entered the room. He came through the east door. Those who remembered the man who had preached in the town hall or the Brahmo Samaj temple were shocked to see the skeleton covered with skin. He could hardly stand. He walked holding the wall for support. With great difficulty, he sat down in front of the coach. In the meantime, Sri Ramakrishna had got down from the coach and was sitting on the floor. Keshav bowed down low before the master and remained in that position for a long time, touching the master's feet with his forehead. How the soul surrenders at the last moment, you see, the soul surrenders. That he is keeping the head on the master's feet and just going down. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.